السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, welcome to our weekly program, Got Questions, Ask Children of Adam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us in the company of the righteous in this world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise us amongst the righteous on the day of Qiyamah. May Allah fill our lives with mercy and rahmah, as all of us are in the need of the rahmah and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So alhamdulillah, every week we get to spend some time together in the company of a few of our ulama and our scholars. We're able to ask them some questions. Alhamdulillah, through the guidance of the Quran and Sunnah, they're able to answer our questions. And subhanAllah, brothers and sisters, having access to ulama and scholars and being able to directly ask them our questions is truly, truly a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That if someone is able to find someone that they can connect with directly and be able to find what is halal, what is haram, what is right and what is wrong, and to be able to make their daily decisions based upon that, what a blessed life that would be. Protecting ourselves from haram and living our lives on halal, and protecting ourselves from those things which are doubtful, to bringing ourselves to those which are not doubtful. These are all very, very beautiful points, as the Prophet ﷺ also mentioned in his beautiful prophetic hadith, where it mentions that halal has been made clear, haram has been made clear, and between the two are things that are doubtful. Protect yourself from doubtful to protect your Islam, your deen, your honor, your dignity, and to have access to ulama and scholars, and to be able to ask them directly regarding the rulings of the Quran and Sunnah and what to do, what not to do is truly a blessing. So inshallah, we'll wait for our ulama. Mufti Abdullah Sahab may not be able to join us today, but we'll just wait for a little bit for the rest of our ulama, inshallah, if they're able to join us today. Otherwise, just a quick thought, just a quick message for all our brothers and sisters. As we are in this month of Sha'ban, we have crossed halfway mark of Sha'ban now. The 15th of Sha'ban here in the US is also complete, as this is the night of the 16th of Sha'ban now, which means that the month of Ramadan is not very far away from us. And the spiritual aspect and the physical aspect of Ramadan has to be welcomed by us, by our bodies, by ourselves. And we really need to get into, I would say, the zone of welcoming the month of Ramadan. It cannot just be, a night before or Taraweeh starts and, we think that all is going to be okay. But if we want a lasting change in our lives, if we want something to remain with us for a long period of time, we really need to have the proper foundations in order to have a structure that lasts for a long time. And the structure of the month of Ramadan, if it's built upon a stronger foundation that is built upon Rajab and Sha'ban, that really allows us to strengthen our a'mal, our actions and our deeds, and alhamdulillah allows us to continuously do the actions and the good habits that we create in Ramadan for the rest of our lives. And if that's not the case, brothers and sisters, if the foundations are not set properly in the month of Rajab and Sha'ban, and of course with the tawfiq and the ability given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we do the righteous deeds in Ramadan and we ask Allah to give us steadfastness and istiqamat in that, it's extremely difficult to retain and continuously do this for the next 11 months if the foundations were not strong enough. So it's not late, it's not too late. We still have a few days, almost 2 weeks till the beginning of the month of Ramadan. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you the strength, the ability, and of course He has blessed us with so many things and so many blessings in our lives, brothers and sisters, start creating the habit to prepare yourself spiritually, physically, mentally, socially, in all aspects. Prepare yourself to welcome the month of Ramadan. If you can fast on Mondays and Thursdays, it's the best time to really get your body used to the habit of fasting. Don't wait till the month of Ramadan starts. that we open the book of Allah, the Kalam of Allah, and start reading. Start reciting small portions of it from today. A lot of time people start reading the Quran in the beginning of Ramadan and they think that they want to finish one Quran. If they're not able to go through the right process every single day, they give up after a week or so, that, you know what, I'm not going to finish it. So forget it. I give up. No. Set up a small point every day. It's not about just the finish itself. It's about commitment. It's about consistency. It's about doing something every single day, and create that habit from now, right? The famous hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, we heard so many times that the best and the most beloved action in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are those that are done continuously, even though they are small. That even though they might be small in amount, lesser in amount, but if they are done continuously, they are beloved in the eyes of Allah. So allocate a time every single day to recite some Quran for all of us, brothers and sisters. This is extremely important, to allocate some time for Quran from tonight, not tomorrow, not the after tomorrow. We need to start sometime every single day, few minutes, a few pages every single day. Also, to create a habit of freeing some time for yourself through dua and dhikr every single day. Sha'ban is one of the best times to create those habits. So inshallah, the month of Ramadan can truly become a source of goodness for us. There must be a few habits that we have in our lives that we wanted to get rid of for years. Maybe it's just like, sleeping on time, waking up on time, being more productive, using our time wisely. There might be, Allah knows best, some addictions or things that we may be attached to or connected to, and we want to get rid of it. And we tried so many times, but let's try again, brothers and sisters. Try again. The month of Ramadan that's coming is a month full of mercy and blessings and rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And a few weeks before Ramadan, the habits that you create now, inshallah, will become a lasting change for you for the rest of your life. So create those habits, develop those right habits, things that you want to let go of your life and things that you want to disconnect for years. Get rid of it. Try your best, step on it. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in one of his prophetic hadith mentioned that Jannah is 2 steps away. One upon your nafs, one upon your desires, and the second is inside Jannah, right? And that's why, to be able to control your lusts and your desires, that's one of the greatest points behind the month of Ramadan, brothers and sisters. It's to be able to control your nafs, to be able to control your desires. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that in Surah Baqarah chapter 2 verse 185. That amongst the purpose of fasting itself is to create taqwa, is to create consciousness. And consciousness, we're just doing this in the hadith in the masjid I was in, that the taqwa that we develop from the month of Ramadan is to allow our nafs and our desires to learn the word no, right? To learn how to say no is something that we need to learn, and fasting teaches us, right? The hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when someone gets into a conflict with you or gets into a debate with you or starts speaking in an ill manner, so the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's teaching to us is that you say, I can't, I'm fasting. No, I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to get in this conversation. I'm fasting. When a person is hungry, they are thirsty, they're tempted with things in front of them, and they say, no, I can't, because I'm fasting. A person is allowed to be close to their spouses in the times which is permissible for them to do that. But in the month of Ramadan, you're not allowed to, conduct those actions that may be acceptable, even sometimes rewarding for you, but you stop yourself. Why? And you say, no, because I'm fasting for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the word that we learn in fasting is no. And I think this is something which is super important for us, brothers and sisters, is that post Ramadan, continuously keep that word with you. Know that when anything that is against the commands of Allah or against the hudud or the limitations of Allah, that we say the word no, that no, I can't. This is against the rules of Allah the commands of Allah, the restrictions that has been placed in, for me as a believing man and as a believing woman, be it, money, be it a person, be it anything that comes in front of us that is not appropriate for us, to be able to say no. And truly, brothers and sisters, being able to step back for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلِمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ جَنَّتَانِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Surah Ar-Rahman that for those who feared Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and fear meaning not just being scared, but fear means to love Allah so much that you couldn't disobey Allah, or you loved Allah so much that you couldn't do anything contrary to the commands of Allah. وَلِمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ Jannatan. And for a person who, in a case or a situation or a point where they could have done anything that they desired or they wished to do so, but it was the fear of Allah that stopped them from doing that action, they will be given Jannah twofold, meaning two times the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide, because it's the consciousness of Allah that stops that individual from the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So brothers and sisters, the month of Ramadan is to truly create those beautiful habits in our lives, to truly create taqwa and consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When halal becomes haram in Islam during the month of Ramadan, then imagine how harmful haram is for us in the month of Ramadan. And that is truly something that we need to learn, implement into our lives. And all of that practice and all of that work begins from now. It starts from tonight. It's not tomorrow. We start today, we start tonight, we start working towards developing that consciousness. So again, brothers and sisters, the month of Ramadan is not very far away from us. Let's develop the habit of being connected to the book of Allah, the Quran. Number two, free some time every single day for the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number three, spend some time in dua and supplicating and putting your needs in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number four, try to create a good habit in your life, the prophetic sunnah or any good habit that you had been hoping to create that sunnah or that great quality that you always wanted in your life, to implement that into your life. Number five, to let go of something that you have been hoping to let go in your life for a long period of time but could not do so. Let that go for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah give us tawfiq and ability to do what is correct and right in our lives. Allow us to live our life according to the Quran and the beautiful Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Our ulama were extremely busy tonight and they were not able to join us, but inshallah we're hoping that hopefully by next week or the week after they will be with us and they will be able to take our questions, and inshallah we'll be able to benefit from their presence. Please do keep me and the entire ummah in your dua. And if you do have any questions, you can post them in the comment section and we can take them next week in our Q&A, inshallah. Please keep me and the entire ummah in your dua. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.